And this is the weekend edition. The markets, the Dow, the S&P hit all-time record highs. D7 here, and I will entertain you for the next few moments of time, giving you the very best of technical analysis. This is the weekend edition, good through Sunday, July 16th, 2017, and here it is, the markets, all major indices in bullish territory, the S&P and Dow hitting an all-time record high. Nasdaq doing the best, up 0.8%. Crude oil up 1.3%. Banks and financials down. The dollar dropping 0.6%. We'll be looking at that. Gold higher, silver higher by 1.4%. Fear leaving by nearly 4%. Okay. Here we are looking at the S&P, but we're going to look at the daily, weekly, and monthly. I'm going to be moving quickly, and if we have time, I will take a nice look at some technical stocks. Also, if you don't know who we are, best kept secret in trading, Grok trade right there. Big things to come, gang. The daily chart on the spider, called it a buy. You will see that I have arrows. These arrows are actual calls that I make on buy and sells, and they stay there. That little beeping here in the background is my phone text coming in. Anyway, those are static. They don't move. Once I make a call, they are there. Pause the video anytime you see these arrows and just analyze them, for yourself. Say, is this calls? Are they any good? Are they bad? Just look at them and look at the studies. Anytime someone makes calls, that's pretty bold move, to be quite frank, because you are on record publicly. And if somebody makes calls and then leaves a paper trail, leaves a trail of that visually for people to see quickly, that should tell you something. Okay, here it is. So make note of these arrows on all these charts that you see. Make note of them and don't let that be lost on you. You're highly analytic in your thinking. So, and most of the people who follow me love technical analysis because they're very pragmatic in how they think and process data. Okay, here it is. And we also teach. We do mentor students. Our group has mentored more than 2,500 students now. Myself, over 860. We've been in business 10 years, and I've been trading 19 years. All right, there's some useless facts for you. We are at resistance. We popped up higher, higher, higher. As soon as we got near resistance, we sold off. Now, I'm long this market, okay? Big time long this market. However, I need to be thinking about taking a profit if we start to drop here. Okay, if we start to drop, I need to lock in profits. If we break through, I will be happy that I am big time long at this moment. Okay, if I look at the weekly chart on this, the weekly chart, we had a rising wedge. We started to break down, but then we rallied back up, trying to heal this high base formation, but we're smashing resistance. We're big time at resistance right now. Here is a chance that the markets, because of the earnings season could be a catalyst to blow these resistance levels just out of the water, just to plow through them. That could happen, and I'm there ready for it if it chooses to do so. But as a technician, we're at resistance levels. Quick look at the monthly. The monthly, we're just going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. I'm telling you, we're pretty extended here, gang. It won't take much to get a multi-month drop here in the markets, and we're kind of due for that. I would really love to have a good 3 to 4 month sell-off. Give me a good 10 to 15% pullback in the markets, and then let me buy back in. That would be juicy. taking a look at the diamonds, I'm going to do this quicker because the diamonds are basically much like the S&P, but there are a couple differences. On the daily chart, we had a rising wedge, and it already busted resistance, guys. That's a big sign on the daily chart on the bullish side. On the weekly side, we were here. We started to break down. I called it a sell, but this week I had to call it a buy because we rallied back up above that resistance. So it was an about phase. So this call I got wrong for the weekly chart. But you can see all the others. I wish I could get 100% of them right. I just can't. But most of them I absolutely do get correct. Quick look here at the monthly. The monthly, I've been saying I'm expecting it to go down. Now, I'm going to still hold to that because the month is still active. This is a dynamic candlestick. It's still moving. It's not yet static. We're at resistance here, resistance. This could easily come back down, close for July below this trend line, giving us a reversal pattern, and then get a multi-month down run. However, if the month stays bullish and we plow through this, then I will remove my thinking that it should drop and stay with my bullish call that I have on this. Okay. Now the Nasdaq is relatively weaker than what we're seeing in the Dow and the S&P, but nonetheless doing very well. Boom! Higher, 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 higher. Blasting through a resistance level on Friday. So that's looking very, very good. Very good. And we do have an area of resistance right there. I'm using TradingView, and they have some free services. Feel free to use them. I choose not to use their free services. I actually pay for their premium services. And I used to use eSignal, but it was $200 a month. Now you can get all the bells and whistles for around $50 a month. Very, very useful if you choose to buy it. You know, pay for their stuff or just use their free stuff. Anyway, boom, really, really nice on the daily. The weekly, if you look here, I called it a sell. Next week it went down, and then this week I got a buy. A buy because of this big pop, but we have resistance coming up. Be watching that. Monthly chart, I called it a sell last month. I'm going to keep with my sell even though we're staying above this. This is interesting. I'm really, really interested to see how this plays out, because if the month closes like this, I'm going to put a buy on it. So this, the Nasdaq is very, very important for us to watch. Small caps. Let's go to small caps. This is the Russell's 2000. I have a sell in the Russell's 2000 down, 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 down. The only reason I have not put a buy on the daily is because we're staying below this trend line. This trend line right there, we're below it. So I'm underwater on this call on small caps, but I'm going to remain with this unless we can blast through these levels of resistance. And I'll add that there. Yeah. So a couple little... Let me see here. Yeah. So there's a few areas of resistance we got to get through on small caps. And the weekly chart, I have a sell last week, but this week we've come back up. I couldn't put a buy on it because it really didn't make any higher highs. It didn't blast through resistance. But it's still with the closes. Watch this. If I go to a line chart on this weekly chart, you can see the line still within the blue and the red line, these two trend lines. We're still within this. Harder to see as a candlestick, but we're still within the apex of this rising wedge with the bearish divergence. I mean, we have a good chance of dropping here on the weekly chart. So another chart we have to be watching very closely. See how the candlesticks, watch this. Follow me here. I'm putting on my mentor here hat, but you get this big swing and swing, this big nice swings, and look how we start to tighten up, tight. This is building up a ton of energy, a ton of power. I'm expecting a big pop to the upside or a big drop to the downside. Technically speaking, because this is a rising wedge, we have a better chance of this thing popping downward. Now, I already have a sell on that, so it doesn't make sense to add what I think is going to happen because I already have that sell signal here. It is very important to be watching this. Now, let's see if we can get anything from the monthly chart. So the monthly chart, we're at resistance. Up, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. Now, it has a better chance of dropping here at resistance. About, I'd say 65–70% chance it has a chance of dropping. But it could break out to the upside. But this is a warning area. That's why I got this warning area. But this could go either direction. I'll make the bottom line larger because it has a bigger chance of dropping than going higher if you were to look at these as percentages. But the month's not over yet, so it'd be interesting to see how the month does pan out. Next couple weeks, pretty important to us as traders. Okay, let's look at the banks. Banks called it a sell. We did pop up, but now we're definitely still in sell territory. But this is getting ready to be a buy. This looks like it's getting ready to pop. If we pop, so I will put this. I think we're going to go higher, okay? If it pops, I will put a buy on this. This is a daily chart. The weekly chart, if you look here at the weekly chart, we're in a symmetrical triangle. I have a sell on the week right now. So the daily looks bullish, but the weekly, I have a sell on it. But you'll get these buy and sells all over, and every one of them's wrong because you're in a triangle. You'll never get those right. It's when one of these will be right. So I call it a sell, and if it bleeds out, that's going to be right. If it bounces back up, I got to put a buy on it, and if it takes off, it will be right. So one of these, like this breakout, broke out to the upside, so that call made sense. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting too deep. I'm putting too much. Like at this moment, you guys who are listening to this, you are not one of my students this weekend, because at this very moment that I'm creating this video, we have a class going on. Our new mentor students this month, they're taking a class learning all the information. Now think about what you've learned in a 8-minute video. Act like you had that same level of education but for 8 hours, and not just 8 hours today, but make it 3 days in a row of 8 hours. So what I'm sharing with you is preschool type level stuff. I'm just sharing with you grade level. Every once in a while I'll get into first grade type education. But what you read, what you're getting from my videos, don't be misled. This is very basic, just basic stuff. The true education is where we pour our knowledge of all of our years of experience trading in the live markets given to you through the mentorship. So you guys, you're not in the class right now because you're listening to this video, and shame on you. I don't care if you use us or somebody else, but you need to find one, a trader, and two, somebody that can teach and learn from them. Learn. You have to have a mentor. There's no sidestepping. You got to have a mentor. So find somebody to mentor you. If you want the best mentoring, certainly we have that. And I'm biased, of course. All right. So let's keep going here. That was the weekly, but the monthly here, last month called it a buy, but this month so far we're a little sluggish. We're not popping higher, but we certainly could next couple weeks. It'd be interesting to see if that happens. Okay. Financials very much looking the same way. Daily chart on the financials looks like a bull flag, like we're getting ready to go higher. I fully expect that to go higher, and if it does, I will call a buy on that, just like the bank. Same thing. If you look here at the weekly chart on the financials, up, 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 but we're at this resistance level. You can see the last time we were at this resistance level, we crashed and burned. Then we went pop back higher. Man, this week, the only reason I'm not calling this a sell, I should, is because it's a hammer at the high. Because of the people buying up that weakness, I'm not going to put a sell on this yet. But it's dangerously close for the weekly chart on financials to have a sell signal on it. It's just not there, not yet. Okay, monthly chart, last month called it a buy. Popped up, and we're still going higher for the month. Not too bad, but we are at a resistance level, something to be careful with. Okay, moving on. US dollar took a hit on Friday. Look at this. I called it a sell back here, and you can see the dates when I hover. So that was January 11th. Called it a sell, and the US dollar is crashing and burning. That's helping out the stock market. It's helping out commodities. But the problem is our U.S. dollar is taking a major hit. I am intrinsically concerned about the U.S. dollar. And anyway, I'll just leave it at that. If you guys want to talk about that in the comments, feel free to do so. Okay, if you look here at the weekly chart, I have a sell on it from back here April 10th. April 10th on the weekly. Down, 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 down. It's been a long-term sell, and it continues to be that. It'd be interesting to find out if this is a bull flag, and if so, that it could get bullish. And if I look here at the monthly chart, I called it back here in January a sell. January a sell. It's just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. I'm waiting for this to pop up. It needs to pop up sometime. We're at a support level down here. We're getting close to that. Will we pop soon? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. And a lot of that has to do, Yellen is coming out with some dovish comments, and the markets are behaving very well on that. Crude oil, called it a buy on January 11th. We go higher, 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 but we're at resistance in the falling 50-day moving average. That could be problematic. Be careful of that. If you look here at the weekly chart, crude oil, called it a buy. We're trying to go higher on the weekly. We'll see. And the monthly, I have a sell. Whoops, have a sell on it, down, down, down. But we have a reversal pattern, hammer time. I'm expecting it to go higher. If so, I'll put a buy on it if it happens to do that. Gold and silver. Gold first. Gold, I called it a buy on January 11th. Popped up and then boom, up quite a bit since then. But we have a lot of overhead resistance with these moving averages. It'd be interesting to see what happens there. And the weekly chart, I put a buy on the weekly, guys. So the weekly is a buy now. That's exciting news. If you look here at the monthly, I still have a sell on that, but we're at a support level. This could easily turn into a buy very quickly here. Okay, very quickly. Silver has been a beast. If you look here, I called it a buy. It's chugging higher. This is a bear flag. It looks like it's really bearish to me, like it's wanting to do that. Next on the daily chart, the weekly chart, I haven't put a, yeah, I did put a buy on it. I'm a little early on this buy, but I do have a piercing pattern, reversal pattern. Put a buy there. This thing could get bullish, but anyway, it certainly could pop here. Monthly on silver, down, 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 but hammer time and the month out of support. This thing is looking like it's ready to go higher, and if it goes higher, I'll keep with my buy. I got a buy on this. I'm still going to stay with my buy. I'm going to stay with my buy. We'll see if that goes higher. Okay, quick look at the VIX before I go to the tech stocks. We're down under 10, guys. There's no fear out there in the markets. None. It is just bleeding out. This is on a monthly chart, by the way, a monthly chart. On the weekly chart, I'm going in reverse. The weekly chart, 2 weeks ago, I called it a buy, and then now I've got it a sell. But there's just no fear out there. On the daily chart, called it a sell on the 10th, January 10th, and we're just down, 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 down. So very interesting. No fear out there. Okay, so let's look at some tech stocks. Apple, everyone cares about Apple. This is a daily chart, called it a buy on the 10th. Up, but we're at the 50-day moving average, guys. That could be problematic. That could be trouble. That could be trouble. We got earnings coming up on August 1st. And a quick look here at the weekly on that. I thought we'd be heading down. We're not. This week is now a buy. I'm going to add a buy to the weekly. There's my call on that. I don't have any other weekly calls on this one, so I'm just getting started for you here. Okay. Amazon. Let's quickly look at Amazon daily. We'll just look at some dailies here. This is a buy back here, and it continues to be a buy. Baba was a buy back here on the 5th. Continues to be a buy. Cisco, it looks like a bear flag to me. Down, 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 bear pullback flag. I'm expecting that to go down, not a buy. A buy on, I call it catfish. It looks like catfish to me. Cognizant. Called it a buy. We continue to be a buy. eBay called it a buy on a symmetrical triangle breakout. Boom! Higher. Looking good. Facebook called it a buy. Really looking good. Google, buy. Oh, it broke a symmetrical triangle. So this could continue to be a buy. Maybe a little pullback and then a rally. Google with an L. Same thing. GoPro called it a buy, but it's stalled here after the breakout, so that's problematic. Don't like that. Microsoft called it a buy. Boom, higher. Nvidia, it's a buy. We continue higher. Oracle, oh boy, I called it a buy, but this could be a big time sell and quickly. It just dodged the bullet Friday actually. PayPal, called it a buy, up, darn near a sell. I'm almost putting sell on PayPal. Red Hat, up, but darn near a sell. Fully expect that to happen next, okay? Snap, put it a sell. It continues to be a sell. Twitter, up. We're at resistance. Look how it touched my trend line. Went up, touched it, people sold into it. This could easily be a sell. Next. Someone said I should add price line. I agree. There's price line. Let's put it in alphabetical order. Let's take a look at that. Price line is up, and yeah, and I'm expecting it to start heading down. Tech stocks looks like they had a nice run. Looking for profit taking at this moment. Check us out at Grok Trade. Like if you like it. Share it if you love it. Catch you guys later.